friends, this is Tito Kang coming to you on this Thursday morning to Unlock the Leader's Code Live Edition. Today on December 1st, starting only about 24 days to Christmas, right? We are heading towards Christmas, a very, very big holiday season for a lot of you out there. But let's ask this couple of questions. So today, on December 1st in 1913, marks the day that Ford introduced the first moving assembly line. So let's talk about how does that help you, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and intrapreneurs, in your daily journey of leading your companies and teams, even yourself, to higher heights and to your potential. And that's what we try to do today. Well, it's simple. It's one word: curiosity. So if you want to tell me, if you're on this webpage or if you're looking at this live edition later on, tell me what you think curiosity is. Now, I talked to a friend of mine. He says, you know, Tito, curiosity killed the cat, right? And I said, yes, curiosity killed the cat. However, it did not kill the entrepreneurs. And why do I share this story about December 1st? Ford, Mr. Henry Ford, really introduced the assembly line. And how did he get that idea? Do any of you guys know? If you do, write a comment. Well, here's what I find out. I found out that Ford had the idea of setting up the assembly line after visiting a slaughterhouse. That's right. You heard me right. A slaughterhouse. So imagine this. As you are building cars, he's actually going around and bridging relationships with different industries so he can get more insights, get ideas from different places. And from how the slaughterhouse operated, he realized maybe I should build cars in such a manner, doing parts by parts, breaking up each of the steps and then getting one step done in one station, another step at another station, just like in a slaughterhouse. Now, could you have imagined if you had the insight to go visit that in the slaughterhouse outside of your realm? Now, we've all heard the story about Steve Jobs going out to the Palo Alto Research Center at Xerox and discovering the mouse. That being said, you know, what do you have to do to extend yourself outside of that circle? And that's the principle of curiosity. So let me ask you this quick question, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and intrapreneurs out there. How curious are you? How much time have you spent to get out of your circle of influences, out of your industries and services? What time have you intentionally booked to get out and seek other ideas? Read magazines. Now, if you talk about Steve Jobs, he introduced the concept of fonts through his love for calligraphy because he learned that in university. How are you extending your insight outside of your realm? Networking outside of your industries, being curious. So what questions could you ask? Here are a couple of things to think about. Do you have an eternal apprentice mindset? Being an eternal apprentice meaning is that you go somewhere, even if you're going in and reading a book, are you going in with a 2-year-old's mindset, being so curious, asking why, how come? Not why we can't do this, but how can we get that done? And who else has done it? If you're facing a problem or a challenge or have just walked through a resonating failure, there must be someone out there. And of course, with the age of Google and access to information on YouTube, you can find that solution by being purely and simply curious. Now, in school, we are taught to answer questions. We are taught to remember dates and phrases and sentences and rules. But I think that sometimes schools is lacking to teach us how to be curious, to have that mindset of the eternal apprentice, the 2-year-old mindset to say, hey, how does this work? How could that possibly be done if you have something you wanted to get to? So, in celebrating the first moving assembly line from Ford, take a lesson from Mr. Henry Ford. Extend outside of your circle of influences, your network, and get ideas from you into your business and to your teams, and challenge your teams to do the same. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please like, share, comment. If you're seeing this live, we are going to change our time. We are publishing and going live at 8:30 in the morning. Why? Pretty simple. Traffic sometimes is long for some folks to get there. And I thought that about 8:30 gives you the right time to, before you start your day, to get at your desk and to grab your cup of coffee. And hopefully you'll join us next time. If you have any questions or any insights you'd like to give, I welcome them. See what you produce and how do you apply the law or the principle of curiosity to your leadership today and your leadership journey. This is Tito saying, aloha, mahalo, lead on, make every day BAMDIGIOUS, and as always, until I see you live and in person, here's to your prodigious success.